残酷な天使のように少年よ神話に青い風が今胸のドアを叩いても私だけをただ見つめて微笑んで
Hey guys, Microaggressions here. I know what some of you might be asking. Hey Piggy, what's a microaggression? Hey, I don't understand what a microaggression is, Piggy. You should explain to us before so we establish the premise of the video and then we can move forward from this moment. Well, shut up. A microaggression has been defined by everyday nonverbal, verbal, and environmental slights, snubs, or insult, whether intentional or unintentional, which communicate hostile, derogatory, or negative messages to target persons solely on their marginalized group membership. That is a microaggression. And today, in this video, I'm going to talk about my favorite microaggressions. That's right, I'm going to go through a list of my absolute top whatever microaggressions. Why? Because people love lists. They go to YouTube for lists, and I'm gonna be no different. So today I thought I'd talk about my favorite microaggressions. They're like Pokemon. You could collect them. If you guys are in the older crowd, they're like Digimon. If you guys are in the real older crowd, they're like parables from Jesus. Yeah, all right. So let's just jump into it. Let's just jump right into the microaggressions. Where are you from? Usually this would be something that you would ask somebody when you want to know where they're from, but no, you missed out on the microaggression there, because according to this PDF that I found online, when you ask somebody where are you from, you are implying that you are not part of the inner circle. You are not American. So this is one of my favorite microaggressions, because you are subtly implying to the person that you are asking this otherwise natural question, hey, remember, you're not part of us.
Excuse me, do you know how to get to town?
Yeah, it's back the way you came.
For that reason, this is one of my favorite microaggressions. I have to say, on the microaggression scale, I would rate this a solid 5. This is a good 5 out of 10. You ever lock the door of your vehicle when you pass by that neighborhood? Does that ever happen to you? You ever pass by that certain area that you guys know very well, and you just you press a little button on the door there? Well, guess what? You have committed a microaggression, and it's my second one, second favorite on this list. Why? Because you are implying that the neighborhood that you are in has some sort of what people rob. Are you saying that you're scared that you're gonna get robbed? Are you saying that the neighborhood, which is known for a higher crime rate than the other neighborhoods that you frequent, are you saying that they are gonna take your money? Well, you, my friend, are racist and racially motivated and should not lock your doors. As a matter of fact, you should leave all the doors in your house open at all times. You should leave your car doors open when you park the car, because you know what? If you do lock your car, you are implying, sir, that you are not trusting the people around you. You are implying that the area of which you are going into is not safe. And why isn't it safe? Because the people that live there, huh? You racist fuck? Is that what it is? I'm on to you. You know what? I thought that you were somebody who admired people and diversity, but I guess you don't, because you bother locking your doors. If I was a microaggression police, I'd have you killed. I would have you executed with capital punishment, because that sort of behavior is just intolerable. You can't just lock your doors once you go to dangerous neighborhoods known for their inflated crime. You can't just do that without microaggressioning on someone. So next time you do that, just think twice. Have you ever been in a store and somebody taps you on the shoulder and they say, hey, do you know where the eggs are? And you respond, I don't fucking work here. Get your dirty hands off of me, you fucking disgusting old woman. Has that ever happened to you? Well, that's happened to me. It didn't help that I was in Toys R Us and I was wearing a red shirt and khaki pants, and maybe I might have easily been mistakable for one of the employees. That doesn't fucking matter. That person was racist as shit for assuming that me, somebody, a person of ethnic diversity, is a worker of this store. What am I, second-class citizen? What am I, somebody that has to be relegated to working at Toys R Us for financial gain? You fucking microaggressive pig. Did you just microaggressionize me? Did you just microaggressionize me? Assuming that I worked here because I wore a red shirt and khaki pants inside of Toys R Us, matching the uniform of the workers that happened to be around me, did you just fucking assume that I worked here? Which is the third microaggression on this list. If you happen to assume that somebody works at a certain place just because of the color of their skin or the way they look or maybe the way they're dressed, then guess what? You have committed a microaggression, and one of the more egregious microaggressions at that. Because according to this microaggressions PDF, you are assuming that people of color and or diverse people are servants and in fact there to serve. Because according to this PDF, you don't belong. You are a lesser human being because people assume that you happen to work at retail or some other form of place where you're making money. So next time you're in Target and you approach somebody that's wearing a red shirt and khaki pants, think twice before asking them where the eggs are. Next time you're at Publix and you approach somebody wearing a green polo and black pants and you ask him, hey sir, can I be directed to the Aveeno? Yeah, I need to find my Aveeno. You better think twice because that person just might be a patron of that store. They might not necessarily be working there. So don't commit a microaggression. Figure it out yourself. All right, figure it out yourself. There's numbers on the aisles where you can know where the shit is. You don't need to ask anybody where the eggs are. You don't need to ask anybody where your specialized oatmeal is, you bitch. So figure it out yourself. You are so articulate. Man, has anyone ever told you that you're really, really smart? Because you really are so smart. And you also just committed a microaggression. How? Because I'm implying that you are not as smart as the rest of us. Never give anyone a compliment about their intelligence because all that does is imply that they're not as intelligent as the majority group. Your microaggressions disgust me. They're ridiculous. You can't compliment somebody. What, you just think that just because they look a little bit different, that they're less smart, huh? That you, of all people, have to go in your golden horse and judge their intelligence based on your own? Sick and tired of hearing all these compliments from all these people telling me, hey, you're really smart, or wow, you're very pretty, or hey man, you know what, that was a good idea. Why is that a good idea, huh? What makes you the king of good ideas? What makes you the sultan of good ideas? Oh, are you the good idea police? You make me sick. The last one on this list, to be honest, on this PDF list, let me just read it out here. These are known as environmental microaggressions. So I'm going to go through this. This says macro level microaggressions, which are more apparent on systemic and environmental levels. So keep that in mind. This last one here says a university or college with buildings that are named after white, heterosexual, upper-class males. Television shows and movies that feature predominantly white people without representation of POC, overcrowding of public schools in communities of color, overabundance of liquor stores in communities of color. So what this implies, according to this list right here, is that you don't belong, you won't succeed here. There's only so far you could go. You're an outsider. People of color are deviant. So that is the last and final microaggression here, which is something you really can't control because if you go to university, if it just so happens to be funded by a very rich heterosexual white male, then really it's the university that's committing a microaggression, right? They should change the name. It doesn't matter that you donated $2 million to the university or college and your name is the only thing that you have to ask for in that plaque that's in building 1. Doesn't matter. That shit doesn't matter. All that matters is that that person is taking up the space and mental capacity in the passerbys of that particular building. So next time you pass by the John Johnson building in your university, protest. Tell people that you're not happy with it being called the John Johnson building, and it should instead be called the Tyrone Bigham's building in honor of someone who didn't have anything to do with the building going up. Man, these microaggressions really get me aggressive at a micro level. So those have been my favorite microaggressions thus far. There's a whole pool of them. I'll leave the link to the PDF below where I found this particular one. But these are the cool ones that you could collect. These are what's known as the ultra rare microaggressions that you might be able to find in, you know, certain packs, reprints and stuff like that. Certainly first edition. So hopefully this video taught you guys something. It taught you to not ask people questions. It taught you to absolutely wonder if everything is a sign of hostility towards you and your ethnicity and or skin color. So really the best way to avoid any sort of microaggressions is to just never talk to anyone. Just never talk to anyone ever at all, because you might commit something without realizing it based on your environmental upbringing. So just think about that next time you are ordering a Subway sandwich and you ask for the chicken. Yeah, I'm gonna go figure out different ways to. Hey.
I see you again. When 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 I see you again.